Hey guys, Tom here. The day. I am the day. I'm the day on the left and I'm the day on the right. I'm the day without the forces of darkness, shadow, or night. I am the day without the other. And they tell me that's what it is to be with Jesus, the Prince of Peace, whom, of course, I do invite to live here. Pray that the Prince of Peace lives here with me, lives here in me, eats with me, walks with me, thinks with me, leads me, guides me, lives through me, and is more me. Just like the light, which I kind of think they're the same thing. I love the light, and I pray the light remains with me forever, never leaves me, and increases in me, and that I'm made more light, that this body is more light. um, I've listened to these quote prophetic word unquote people, um, which, as far as I can tell, the majority of them are probably tarot readers or ex-tarot readers, but some of them are channeling or something like that. And it is cute whenever you see a witch acting or pretending or believing even possibly that they have converted, you know, but yet they're still using all the same verbiage and the same language, and they're thinking in the same terms, and it's all them and what they can do and how much it's them, uh, and nothing about actual Jesus or what the actual process is, which they seem to have missed. I saw a bit of some of these I can tune into, but I can't listen to them for more than a few minutes before I begin to retch and have to turn off the thing because it's such I'm surprised they're not struck by lightning on camera. Just like in one of those cartoons where the whole body goes black and the skeleton lights up from the inside, and they're like zzz, where God said, I can't stand that you're saying these things and doing those things. Hold on. I was reminded that it's time for me to fly, fly high. And the sky makes me sky, makes me bluer than blue all the way through. It's not a suit, it's me. They make this vessel blue. And they give me blue feet and blue legs and blue insides. It's all sky, all high, all good vibration through and through. And they surround me too. Heaven and sky, that beautiful blue, covering me from above and from below, all around, in every horizon, every space adjacent to my vessel, heaven and sky. And you see, that's why I've been accused often of flying and being the blue and all that. It's because they love me and they make me that. And that's why Bob Dylan would often sing, how does it feel to be on your own, like Rolling Stone? Well, it feels darn good, except there are these few people that I really would like to have as part of my team, the team of Day. But now these others, again, just go away. we renounced Sylvester and Sylvia and Thomas Lee and Christina Noel and all the magic users and witches and all of those of the night. We renounced and rebuked and rejected Satan and all of them and all that is the servants of the demonic. Everything that is black, red, orange, yellow, or green, we've renounced and rebuked and rejected and refused and repudiate and every other word that says go away and we're not going to be part of you. And it's become obvious now that we're not a part of your family, and it's become obvious to everyone else that we're not a part of the magic group, the fire people. We're not a part of the darkness. Again, it's been made obvious, and it's going to be made even more obvious. There's no way that anyone can say that we voluntarily have entered into a marriage of all things to anything of darkness. Because we don't love anything of the darkness. Nothing of it do we love. I can't say there's anything of darkness that we love. Not any one of them. And certainly we're not going to be partnered with anything of darkness. Like I said, heaven makes that impossible for anything of the darkness to be partnered with me, to be married to me, to be conjoined with me. I'm light. I am day. That is what the other stuff is supposed to be kept separated and kept away. And, so that's how that's going. So the story is, again, just us getting our victory and success and winning and of course meeting up with all those good people that we've been promised to meet up with, the kind that like the light and want to be a part of that team, that are worthy instead of the unworthy, the thieves and such. We've been having problems with that for the last few days. Of someone's been trying to thieve. I wouldn't doubt that it isn't the evil witch. Again, these people were showing up yesterday. I do believe that they showed up and parked right beside me. Now, I guess that's their presentation. That's their idea of, here it is, it's presented to you, it's being offered to you. No, that's not an offer of any sort. That's evil, dark people of the enemy getting close to me for whatever reason, usually nefarious. But that's not an offer of any sort, nor is it an explanation, nor is it an apology, nor is it an atonement for the damages that have been done. So, again, showing up and trying to reconnect and hurt us again by stabbing us in the back, which happened, only goes to show that we're completely and totally incompatible. You are the evil darkness. You are the problem. And we're the lighthouse that's not going to take you on because you're the problem. And you can't go with me anywhere because you're the problem. And you've torn the house up and you torn it down. And you were actively hating love and this and that. So for any of these stupid damn stories to show up as like, oh, well, her Boaz was a coward. No, her Boaz wised up to the fact that it was just a bunch of God-damned people, them damned of God, if you want to put it in that terminology and be more comfortable with it. I don't really care what you're comfortable with, but that's just what it is. And you've been running a grift, and now you owe me. Now, whether or not you directly pay me or not, I don't care, but I know I get paid back. And I'm going to get paid back a whole bunch for all the damage and suffering that you guys put me through. So, are we going to get together and swap spit? No, we're not. I would never trust any of you people, not in a million years. Not anything you would say. You've already admitted that you're dragons. You've shown you have the darkest intentions, nastiest ways, justifications. Everything that I've experienced in the last 25 years, I guess, has been as ugly as anything. 16, 17 years ago when I said goodbye, the people were all in agreement that were on my side that they're unworthy. It's something we're not supposed to be connected to in any way. At the very beginning, the people were commenting and saying it was the worst team they'd ever seen. Well, no wonder. It's not a team. It was never a team. It was me and then a bunch of enemies. Me and enemies connected to me. Me being drained and killed by the enemies. That's all it ever was. And so we're not playing that game anymore because we don't love any of you. We're not going to accept any partnerships with anything of darkness. We have no business with darkness other than get out of our way. Facilitate my success and victory at best, but don't connect to me. We don't owe you anything. You know that. So whether we're making it, quote unquote, or just leaving, we're going to be exiting the darkness successfully, victoriously. And from what I understand, with everything that we came with, or not came with, but we'll win everything that we came to win. and have everything that we were supposed to have, or better. But this whole restoration thing that they were talking about, look, I didn't go through all that I've gone through to be saddled with the same damn things. Okay? We didn't agree to it. We don't want to take on anything of the darkness. We don't want to take on them or their curses or their diseases or any of the hell that they've earned, all the bad karma you people have generated for yourselves. We're not a part of the magic family. Those who took that long black train did so consciously, willingly, and they stuck with that. That wasn't me. As soon as you started saying there's magic, I started going, what? Who? Huh? God help me. Because we're not that. So again, I'm looking forward to what, I was told, which is our separation will be finalized soon, if it hasn't already. And that there won't be any of this, energy attacks anymore upon me, and all that's going to be rendered completely ineffective, and something that is just not going to be possible anymore, because we're just going to be too removed. It's basically, it will be in a different world altogether, so that energy is not going to be getting to us. So I'm looking forward to that, because then, we don't have to be damaged anymore. No more harm can be done to us. So, that'll be good. So, let's just continue up. I want to continue going up. And I thank the heavens for making me continue to advance. And I pray to God and thank them so very much, the heavens and the skies and all the good that loves us, for bringing us them that we need and that which we need. And so we continue to grow and to build. So we continue to win and increase and continue to become more and more sky, heaven, blue. Ooh, I love it. Gosh, I love it. Yeah. I'm telling you, it's just like once I got woke up to it, that was it. Unless you people have been like really smart and was just right on top of, right there with me, going, hey, you can try this, and hey, you can try that, and we can get into this, and look, there's some doors open over here. Unless you'd done that, right, and made it a journey and a path that what it was supposed to be, then the only thing you've done is ensure that you're not going to get what you wanted, because you tried to use all this force and hate and the degradation and all that stuff to all the theft, dear God, and the murdering, the big long murder thing, that kind of ends any kind of agreements of any sort whenever they decide to murder you and treat you like you're theirs, when in fact I belong to the sky. I belong to the light that sits here on top of me and is integrated into me now. That's what I belong to. That's what I'm married to. Doesn't mean there's not a whole bunch of you I don't want to take with me. Just as long as you're not harmful, as long as you're not disloyal, as long as your feet don't go down to death and you're just this great big huge anchor that ties me to hell like some dead witch or something like that. See, that's what we're looking at. We're like, nah, guess not, guys, because that's not anything we ever wanted. Isn't that from the enemy? Trained by the enemy, ruled by the enemy, and what the enemy wants to give me? What? A Trojan horse of some sort? Something that looks cute but's full of demons and hell? Nah, I guess not. Thanks anyway, but no thank you. We're going to continue on with the light and with the day. Because this is the day, and we're going to go our own way, which is with the day. And we're going to make it with the day, and the day people, and the daylight, and or we'll just leave, or whatever. But we're going to continue on without the darkness, shadow, or night.